man, this guy, he's got a blue pickup truck. He's so New York. He gets it. Yeah. I wonder if they still like the fact that he drives a blue F-150. Like, I wonder if they still think that's cool. Or was it only cool because they made the playoffs that one year? But yeah, this guy gets it. He cares about the environment. He's so New York.
Brian, Sistad, Andrew rapping and wild bulls. Together they talk sports and dreams. Right behind the scenes, it seems. Filbert and wide, here we call. Who's the greatest? Who will fall with this rivalry? Loud and clear, join the chat. It's time to hear sports and culture all in one. Catch the fire, feel the fun. Andrew, Sistad, Brad unite. Philly and Y in the spotlight.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 79. The New York Giants have fired head coach Brian Daboll, and we have Sistad is feeling upset, angry.
It's a terrible day. It's a sad day. Sad day.
Just because you love him, you just love the guy.
I was a big fan of Daboll. God, I wish he was going to be there for the next 10 years. You know, I think they did him dirty. It wasn't fair, you know, but the NFL's it's a dirty business if you don't get the results. But man, he was right there. He was so good. He was right there. And yeah, it's a very sad day.
Sad day for you. Daboll's out. Giants fans, for the most part, are happy. Joe Shane stays, so they're upset about that. Maybe that makes you happy. We're going to talk about all of it. You have a top 5 or a top moments of Daboll's tenure?
Yes, I have some favorite moments of Brian Daboll, head coach of the New York Football Giants.
And they're specific his moments. They're not just moments during his regime or tenure.
No, they're kind of moments during his tenure as coach. Yeah.
So we'll talk a little bit about it. We'll analyze it a little bit. You know, obviously you'll give your Eagles fan, Giants hater perspective takes, which is going to be fun, different for most of you that are, you know, listening on audio or watching on video. Most of the content you've seen about Brian Daboll being fired is very serious about the Giants are 2-8 and this cannot stand and this is New York. So this will be different for you guys. We'll talk about Joe Shane. I have a couple stats that have been going around. Something crazy about this Daboll era. And then I do want to talk about at some point, I think we'll do this towards the end, maybe about why I think Giants fans and content creators and media are celebrating this like way too much. So I'll talk about that as well. And then we'll wrap up because we're recording this right before Monday Night Football. Sistad needs to get to the Eagles, and so do I. So I need to get to the Rangers also, but
yeah. And side note, it looks like, hold on, before we get into that, it looks like you have got your playoff beard going for the Jets, dude. The Jets get another win. They are back. He is believing. He's got his playoff beard, and it's all good.
This beard is a combination of being a little bit under the weather for a few days, and then when I started feeling good, my wife likes the beard, and it was our 5-year anniversary, so I agreed to let it stay. And then the third aspect of that is just a busy Monday or a busy Sunday and Monday. So the beard stays for now. It's kind of trim. I hate trim. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how people do it. It's so annoying.
It will stay until they either get eliminated from playoff contention.
Oh, that's right.
Or they win the Super Bowl. So
no, it's going to stay until Joe Shane's fired.
Yeah.
All right. Let's jump into this.
Sad day.
You're mad. Day. Now you're mad because you determined based on the results and based on his process and everything, everything that surrounds the Giants during his tenure is that he's a bad head coach, and the Giants will likely be bad with him. So, and you want them to be bad and stay bad. So now that they made a move in your estimation is potentially could make them better, You're upset.
Yes,
I broke that down
absolutely.
correctly.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%. So like they're gonna get a good coach at some point. Like they've since Tom Coughlin got fired, they went to Ben McAdoo, who was just as big of a disaster as Daboll. Very
Worse.
similar blueprint to where they made the playoffs the first year with a horrible team, negative point differential. Everyone thought he was good, even though if you like watched them with your eyes, you knew that they were terrible. And then he just flamed out, and the same thing happened with Daboll. But they go from McAdoo, and then they have Joe Judge, who was awful. Then they get Daboll, and like, yeah, are they gonna hire a good coach? Maybe, maybe not. But like, there's at least the chance, there's at least potential that they find somebody good who can turn their franchise around. I mean, some of these guys come out of nowhere. Look at like Doug Peterson with the Eagles, wins a Super Bowl. Nick Sirianni, nobody knew who the hell these guys were, and they ended up being like really good head coaches. So yeah, I think it's a very sad day for me.
All right. Okay. So if they announce today Brian Daboll's back for next year, no matter what happens the rest of the season, we believe in this coach. Would this be a celebratory episode for you?
Yes. Yeah, I would be happy. Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that like the fact that they're getting like some good players back next year, and like they finally have a few good players to build around, like, the coach, they're going to be better no matter what, probably, just because they're going to have better players next year and they're going to get some guys back. But, is a coach going to take them from a good roster to great results, or is he going to, is he going to hold them back slightly? Is he not going to have them playing at their full potential? We'll wait and see. But yeah, it's, again, the potential that they find someone great, and like as they go into this new era with their new quarterback and their offensive repertoire, right? Yeah, there's the potential that they're good again, which scares the hell out of me, because I can't handle when the Giants are good. But again, like I've said this before, they've been so bad for like 10 years.
For so long. Yeah,
they're gonna. And it's been great. And like, it's not lost on me. Like the two, I say this all the time. The two times the Eagles won the Super Bowl, the Giants were awful both years, and it was the best. And it's like, it's never going to get any better than that. But yeah, they've been so bad for so long. And even when they did make the playoffs, like everybody knew they were awful. They were wild card teams. They were first round exits. Actually, no, the second time they won a playoff game, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, in 22 they won a playoff. They beat the Vikings.
Right. So yeah, I mean, who really knows what's going to happen? But they're certainly on the precipice of potentially being really good.
So most people out there, it's pretty much universally determined that this was the right move, right? That's what you're seeing. That's pretty much what everyone's saying. There's not many people saying like, "Oh, this was a bad move," right?
I'm the only one saying that.
Well, you're saying it really is the right move for the Giants' perspective. You're saying it was a bad move for you. So
yes, which is what it's all about. It's all about my perspective. In case you haven't noticed.
Of course. So let's talk a little bit about the actual move, though. So 20-40-1 in 3 seasons. No, 4 seasons.
4 seasons. Right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
They had that, as you've alluded to many times. You go out of your way to talk about that 22 Giants season where they were terrible and they won a bunch of close games late and made the playoffs, and then won a playoff game and they got blown out by your Eagles in the divisional round. And that kind of fooled the fan base. It kind of put some kind of strange pressure on the front office to make decisions for a team that wasn't rebuilding early in the rebuilding stage, but make moves based on them making the playoffs where like you're towards the end of the rebuilding stage, like going into like trying to put the finishing touches on a Super Bowl contender, which they were nowhere near that. So it was kind of an awkward situation. I don't know why the front office probably should have been a little bit more disciplined, but. And then it led to the last 3 seasons now that have just been an absolute disaster. They've been a horrible team. But I'm like, I mean, okay, so firing him, right? Why now? Like, what does firing Brian Daboll now do compared to waiting to the end of the season? And then I guess why do it? And then why wait? I guess is the other question.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I thought of was why now. I think this whole so they lose another game yesterday, right there. They have a 10-point lead. They're on the road and they blow it. But like, I don't know, is that really on him? I guess everything, all roads lead to the head coach. But like, I don't know. It just, I don't. If I was a Giants fan, I would not like the timing of it. Um, why now? Like, what are you going to do? You're going to get an interim
You know,
coach in and shuffle things up. Like at the very least, like that Dable obviously works pretty well with the rookie quarterback. So like, why not just let him finish out the season and then kind of take it from there? Who knows? Maybe they rattle off 5 or 6 wins in the final couple months of the season here, and you can build on something. And maybe they don't. And if they don't, then you just fire them at the end of the season and you start this process now. I guess the one thing you could say is like, okay, we were. I believe they're the first team to fire their coach this year, right? So
no,
I
the
guess they
Titans.
have the whole. Oh, the Titans. Okay. Well, they're one of the first teams who could at least start like you know the candidate searching process and the recruitment process. So I don't know. I think it's dumb, but they're a dumb organization. They're a dumb team. So I guess
Yeah,
it's not super surprising.
I don't think the Giants. If the Giants front office, if their ownership, if Joe Shane is making a decision thinking, oh, we're gonna put in the OC Kafka and make him the interim head coach, and we're gonna jumpstart and go from 2-8 to a playoff contender, like there's no way they believe that, right? So it must be like, why is it to do it now? Is it kind of like, don't make, if we know we're gonna fire him at the end of the season, like don't put him in that position where like at this point, like we're doing it for his benefit. We're not gonna hold on to the guy. We know we're gonna fire him. We're fire him now. He still gets paid. Or is it maybe a cultural thing? Maybe they feel like he was defeated after the game, and they don't want that, going to the locker room and impacting the team as they're in the rebuild. They don't want that culture.
I don't know.
What
I
other reason
guess
is there?
Yeah, I guess we'll. I don't know if the owner or GM spoke, but I guess
They
we'll.
put out a statement.
Yeah, we'll try and get some sort of sense from what they say. But I don't know. I don't. I just don't see the benefits of doing it now. I mean, maybe cultural thing, but like, here's the thing. So the hot topic today is, oh, this guy. They've blown 4 leads where they've had 10 point leads at some point in the game. And it's like, I look at that, and I'm curious to hear your take on this, but like, I look at that as he's getting these big leads with awful skill position. Like he's getting it with a rookie quarterback and a terrible offense, and he's building these leads. And like, not for nothing, but what was the one thing that everybody said that was going to be the Giants' strength this year? Hey, if
Pass
they
rush.
can contend with the team, right? If they have a slight lead, at some point in the game, they're going to be able to unleash the pass rush, right? Everyone's going to be able to pin their ears back, and they're going to get the quarterback and ice the game that way. And they haven't
Yeah,
done it. Like they just
it's the
haven't.
opposite.
So it's the
Yeah,
total opposite. So like, I don't know. And he's the offensive play caller. So again, like it all falls on him because he's the head coach. But I don't know. I look at it like, damn, this guy's getting really big leads on the road with, again, a rookie quarterback. And by the way, his number one receiver's out and his starting running back is out. And they're calling up practice squads. Like, I think I'm
yep.
not just saying this to troll. Like, I actually think he's done a pretty impressive job this year specifically.
Let's put.
And
Yeah,
if you go
I
back,
get it.
if you go back to years past, like I I definitely think the guy like knows how to call a decent game. Like
I
just from
agree. He's a
an
good
offensive play
coordinator.
calling system, he's a very good coordinator. And just like think of he seems to get the best out of bad quarterbacks. Um, like think about Daniel Jones in 2022. Like awful player. Now we can have revisionist history and say, oh, the Giants were just bad, and now he's great because he's in Indiana. Whatever. He was awful that year. He coached them to a winning record. He like coached the worst quarterback any of us have ever seen in our lives. Do people not forget Tommy DeVito was like 5-1 in like the starts that he played in? I don't know if that was a year or two ago at this point, but like that guy is the worst quarterback
2 years
I've ever seen in my life. And he was winning games with them, and like good for him, credit to him. But I don't know, there was just something about like you said, I don't know if it was like the pressure. I thought the one thing you could really knock him on, which um again, I'm not a Giants fan. I watched them, I watched them relatively closely, but like, man, I thought his in-game management stuff was horrendous. Like
and the stuff with
absolutely
the stuff with the
horrendous.
kickers too was
Oh,
strange.
absolutely. Yes. That's just like inexcusable, man. I can't believe this guy is like still on their team. He's hurt again and he's on It's like just cut him. Like just cut him. Like, please, do the guy a favor. He's gonna get paid. He's got guaranteed money. Like, get anyone.
So, dude, you started making a point and started asking me, and then you kind of went off on a different tangent. So I want to bring it back to it. So, you were going down the road of they lost a bunch of really close games this year, games that they had significant, like double-digit leads in the fourth quarter, and is that like who is that on? Is that like the coach's fault, or is it like credit to the head coach? He had their team ready to play, and then random stuff just happened, and they lost the game. And I was actually thinking about this today, and I was kind of going back and forth, and it kind of directly leads into my next point, my next question. I want to talk about Joe Shea and the GM. The Giants also put out a statement saying that he's staying in his position, and he's going to be leading the next head coach search. But I want to talk about, because I think this question is the fact that they had these leads in the fourth quarter, and these are games that they should have won. The Cowboys, they had a lead in the fourth quarter with a win probability of 93%. The Broncos game, they had like a 17-point lead or something like that in the fourth quarter, something like that.
19.
They
entered the
19,
fourth quarter 19-0, and I think they were up 26-8 with like 5 minutes to go.
They had a 99% win probability in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then this game against the Bears, they had a 96 or roughly 97% win probability in the fourth quarter. So is this saying the GM put a good roster, enough talent on this roster that they can go in and win and be in position to win games, and the coaching's bad, and the coaching, basically it's the coach's fault for letting these games slip away? And that's how the Giants ownership's looking at it and saying that's why we're keeping the GM. We believe in the talent's there. Or is this, no, the talent shows why they don't have the depth of the fact that they had those leads is the coach had them ready to play and whatever you want, whatever. And then overall that, they just didn't have enough. I'm really not sure what the answer is. The Giants seem to think it's that the GM did a good job putting a talented roster together, and it's the coach.
Well, hopefully they keep thinking that, because that is a joke. I mean, well, they're also very injured, so you can give them a little bit of a, you can give them some grace in that from that regard, but like no depth. I mean, they have no depth. They have like zero depth. I mean, once one guy goes down, you should still be competent. So yesterday,
yes.
everyone's killing him yesterday. Like, they're killing him because he kicked the field goal, right? It was fourth and goal from like the half-yard line. Kicks a field goal to go up 10 points with 5 minutes to go. And it's like, again, you got this vaunted pass rush, right? Like, go win that game. And they blew the game. So whose fault is that? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think either of them should be exonerated from blame. I don't think it needs to be. I think I'm curious why the Giants are just determining that the GM's staying. Or
yeah, it's
maybe they're just saying that for now.
Timing for the coach. Yeah, it's weird because like I don't know. This season is not about winning. It's not about wins and losses this season, right? Like it's about developing the quarterback, and I don't know. Maybe they're looking at it and saying, hey, like I think Jackson Dart has like an insane amount of designed runs for a quarterback. Like he's got like 25 or 30 design runs, which is like by far the most by a quarterback in the league. And like, obviously that kid's just a wrecking ball. Like, he throws his body around very recklessly, and he's a competitor.
They're saying they're
and he's
putting it in
young,
harm's
so
way. Yeah.
he's absolutely, maybe that's what they're thinking is like, and Dart got hurt yesterday, so maybe they're saying
but
that's
why would
kind
you?
of the final
Why would
straw.
you? I just don't know why you'd fire your coach if that's the reason. Like, I've heard that being out there too, and it's like, if I'm a general manager or I'm running an organization, and I think my coach is putting our quarterback in harm's way too much, I'm having a conversation with him about that. I'm not firing. And look, maybe they did have many conversations and he kept doing it. I don't know, but there's no way I'm just firing him for that. I don't think Jackson Dart having a concussion means like the coach should be fired. But I doubt that they just made that decision just because of that.
Of course, yeah. Maybe,
by the way,
maybe he's just too soft for the New York media. I mean, it takes a toll on you. You can only handle this rough media for so long, and maybe he just went ballistic. I don't know.
I want to get into why I think Giants fans should stop celebrating, but I just wanted to quickly tell you, I gave you those 3 games, right? Where they had those 99, 97, and 93% win probabilities in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
The odds of winning all 3 of those games, losing all 3 of those games, 1 in 60,000.
Oh my God. Wow. That's insane.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
All right.
So, again, I would look at that as a positive, and I would say, hey, I'm going to draft a bunch of defensive studs this offseason. I'm going to shore up my defense. That's going to be priority number 1, specifically the secondary. And maybe some of these, maybe the ball bounces the other way with some of these games, but that's how I would look at it. Dude, they're going to have a high draft pick. There is a safety, I'm telling you, from West Virginia, dude.
All right.
I'm thinking he might make it to the second round. If they can get this kid, dude, trust me, the league will be put on notice. All right.
Yeah, of course. Good one. What's his name?
West Virginia. I forget. He's that kid from West Virginia. Yeah, I forget.
Oh, he's that kid.
Yeah, he's
a kid.
From,
that's good.
Yeah, he's from. Where is he from?
Can I make a guess? Is his age range somewhere between 18 and 22?
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, I think that's spot on, actually. But yeah, he's got really good wingspan, great ball skills. He's a ball hawk,
So I want to talk to Giants fans for a moment. I've done some of these recently where last week I talked to Yankee fans that are got Blue Jays fans apparently very upset with me. But the Giants fans seem to be celebrating this. Like, what are you celebrating? This is kind of what I was saying about the Jets last week, which is like, I wasn't saying it on the podcast, but because those after the trades. But why are Giants fans celebrating that the team is so bad that they had to fire a coach, and that you have no head coach right now, and you have a GM that's leading the head coach search that probably is devaluing the desire or lessening the desire to get for that job? I just don't see why Giants fans are they're actually celebrating this, and it's like, you should celebrate when your team's really good and winning games and going to the playoffs and winning playoff games. Don't celebrate the fact that they had to fire their head coach is a bad thing. You should be down on the team. You should. I don't get the celebration.
Well, you know why? Because they've been down bad for so long, and they hate their team because of what it's become. And now they have some hope because they think this guy really sucked, and all you can do is hope that the next guy is better.
That's true. I agree with that.
Yeah, don't overthink it, man. It's this guy stunk, and maybe they'll get a better guy.
Yeah, the fact that you keep cycling through coaches and this keeps happening would make me just be like, yeah, whatever. Well, when the guy's good, when the coach is good, finally I'll get excited. I'm not going to celebrate now.
Right. Yeah, that's a fair way to look at it. But at least there's hope.
As a beaten down football fan, that's my perspective.
Yeah.
You don't know that. You don't have, fortunately for you, you don't have to deal with that ever.
So here's the thing, though. You like, they're entitled to, and they think that they should be great because Eli Manning, 15 years ago. Like, you're not entitled. You're just like, yeah, my team sucks, and like, you're not puffing out your chest saying, oh, we need to get back to Big Blue, and it's like, your team stinks, and you don't have an expectation that they should be great because they happen to play in New Jersey. That's how Giants fans think.
New York.
Right. Exactly.
All right. I want to hear your top is it 5 moments?
Yeah, so there's some good ones. I want to pay homage to Brian Daboll, great coach for the NFC East over the past 4 years, and I just wanted to kind of shout out a couple different moments that I thought were great. Just highlight some of my favorite parts of his tenure there as coach. The first one, I don't know if I have 5. I don't know if I'm really going to go. I'll probably go from maybe not in any particular order, and chime in if you have any, because I'd love to go down memory lane with you. But I mean, first on the list, that Broncos game was amazing. Your list. The Broncos game was awesome. I think it's just it's kind of new, so like it's maybe recency bias kicks in, but like, I mean, dude, they had a 19-point fourth quarter lead, and they had a giant lead with like less than 5 minutes to go, and they gagged it away. And the best part about it, so here's what may not be remembered in the history books. So don't forget, like, where this Giants team was at that point. Like, they had just destroyed Philadelphia. They had beaten the Los Angeles Chargers, who are like pretty good, right? We could say pretty solid team. And man, they are like on the rise. They've won 2 out of the last 3 games. Now they're going to Denver, who a lot of people love. They're on the road in Denver, and we were this close to having just full-fledged Giants fan stupidity pandemonium. From being everywhere, from being in the streets, and thank God Bo Nix, who I've never said a bad word about, just really saved us from that. So that was so great. Just like you said, the probability of that happening so low, so great.
1%.
1%, so nice. Oh, that was amazing.
That's a good one.
My other favorite part,
recent but good.
So obviously, like, my favorite thing that happened during Brian Daboll's tenure is the Eagles kicking the shit out of them in the playoffs in 2022. And to set the stage for you here, I've talked about this many times, but like, again, worst team you've ever seen make the playoffs, like, just awful, very lucky, pulling out these like crazy, improbable last second wins. And they go to Minnesota, right? They have a nice playoff win because Minnesota's defense is like the worst thing you've ever seen in your life. So they go to Minnesota and they have a nice win, right? It's exciting. They're in the playoffs. They get their first playoff win in like 10 years. And then instead of just being excited and having fun, Giants fans were all like, yup, no one wants to play us right now. Like, we're the team to beat. We're the hot team. I don't know. We got Dexter Lawrence. And it's like, okay. And they came to Philadelphia and they got destroyed. It was 38-7. It was amazing. It was one of my happiest memories of just being a sports fan in general. But great parts. So now picture this. So they have the off season after that game. This is like probably the best moment of Daboll's tenure. So they get destroyed by the Eagles, but there's still a lot of positives to take away, right? Hey, we're young, we're up and coming, we're going to make a couple moves, and like, we're going to really be able to compete next year. So they go out and they pay Daniel Jones a great great value contract at $45 million a year. And they go out and get Darren Waller, and everyone's all excited. And they're like, yes, here we go. We got Waller and Daniel Jones, and here we go. We're going to be great. And everyone's all excited. And they open up the season on Sunday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys at home. And they get absolutely waxed 40-0. And it was amazing. Even though Dallas ended up winning the division that year, it was so great just to see the entire hype of the offseason and the year before, and for it to just come crashing down. And they looked so bad, and they were so bad, and they haven't recovered ever since. And that was a really, really great fun moment for me.
One of your favorite sports memories, really.
One of my favorite sports memories, yeah. I mean, again, we talked about, but the Tommy DeVito thing was so great. Like, he had all these idiots convinced that Tommy DeVito was like a good quarterback. It's
Tommy Cutlets.
That was amazing. Yeah, exactly. Who could forget Tommy Cutlets? Just great times, great memories. It was always really funny, like watching him like lose his mind on the sidelines. Like, he looked like he was gonna have a heart attack on the sideline sometimes. Like, his face would turn beet red, and he would just scream and yell, and he would like challenge something really dumb, and then he would get mad when he didn't win the challenge. It's like, just great. It was great to see. It was a great era of Giants football. I'm very sad to see it go, and hopefully they hire another dud.
What game was it when they got blown out and they were like, I think this was last year, and they felt like, I forgot, maybe 2-9, something like that.
They had a 10-game losing streak last year.
Yeah, and he said, and he was like, "We're fine," and everybody got like freaked out over him saying, "We're fine," when they were like 2-9 or 2-10. No, you can't say that.
You're asking for it. You're lucky you didn't get fired right then and there.
Yeah. So, any other moments that jumped out at you? What else you have?
I think that's mostly it. Oh, I also remember when he first like was the coach, and he had like a blue F-150 pickup truck, and the Giants fans loved it. They were like, "Oh man, this guy, he's got a blue pickup truck. He's so New York. He gets it." And yeah. I wonder if they still like the fact that he drives a blue F-150. Like, I wonder if they still think that's cool. Or was it only cool because they made the playoffs that one year?
Oh, it was cool because he was the new coach.
It was so cool, man. I mean, it was a blue pickup truck. What if it was a green pickup truck, or like a different color? Do you think it still would have been as cool?
I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about.
What if it was like a an SUV, like if it was an Escalade or something? You think that would be?
Keep going. Start naming different types of vehicles.
Yeah,
what if it was
would it
sedan?
be New York if he? What if it was a coupe?
What if it was a Prius
vehicle? Dude, yeah, this guy gets it. He cares about the environment. He's so New York.
Yeah. All right. Well, Sistad is kind of upset. It seems like you're really happy, though. Honestly, it seems like you're just enjoying the.
I mean,
no, I think you're just enjoying the overall patheticness of the Giants, and yeah, come on, they're not going to hire a good coach.
No,
it's not going to matter. The team's going to suck.
It's fun to relive his tenure and how bad they were. Of course, that makes me happy. But yeah, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. But yeah, I think it is a bad day for the NFC East.
It's a bad day for Giants haters.
Yeah. Which there's probably not a lot of right now. It's probably like just me because they've been so bad for so long.
Yeah.
No one really hates teams that stink. Like, you hate teams that are really good because they're annoying and they're always really good. Except for me, I root for greatness. We all know that. But yeah, nobody hates nobody hates the Jets. I mean, come on.
I hate the Jets.
No one hates. Yeah, that's true. No one hates, like, I don't know, The Jaguars. Nobody. These teams stink. They're
No, you
relevant,
can't. You
know?
can't hate. You can't hate them. All right. So Brian Daboll fired. Joe Shane stays. Giants suck. Sistad's furious. We have some podcast news before we get out of here, though. So next week, I don't know if you forgot about this, man. Next week we have a interesting episode. We're gonna have a special guest on that's gonna break down using metrics and numbers that show or that compare fan bases between New York and Philadelphia, shows who really are real fans. As much as you hate on New York fans, maybe you're going to find that they're actually better fans than Philadelphia fans. Or maybe it'll be proved correctly.
Okay. Can't wait.
So that's going to be a fun episode. And then we got the Eagles Monday night, and Sistad's you're going to be staying up to 2 a.m. doing a post game.
Yeah,
How do you make?
Right.
You obviously make it through the game. You'll stay up for the game, though, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It's going to be tough. Like, is it difficult for you to stay up to like 11:30?
No. If it's a good game, no. If it's like a blowout, then it's I'll probably like start to I'll probably start to get tired, but just get up.
It's not gonna be a blowout.
Get a drink of water.
You'd be surprised if it's a blowout anyway, right?
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it's a blowout.
No. All right.
Want to hear an interesting factoid before we go?
I do.
So the Packers, they have not lost at home in 2 consecutive weeks.
Okay.
In a very long time. So they lost last week against the Panthers at home.
What are you hitting?
Just hit my desk here.
Oh, you're really.
Oh, I don't know. So anyway,
it's okay.
It's extremely rare that the Packers lose 2 weeks in a row at home. The last time it happened was in 2013 to the Philadelphia Eagles on November 10th. Isn't that weird?
Oh, wow. That is weird. So what do you take for that? The Eagles are gonna lose?
Yes.
Or Eagles are gonna lose? Yeah, because they're due to turn. That can't happen twice.
That's right. That's right. They're due. Yep.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Please give us a like. Please subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Silly Brian and Sistad soul, Andrew rapping and wild bulls. Together they talk sports and dreams, right behind the scenes. It seems Simbers and wide, who the call, who's the greatest, who will fall with this rivalry. Loud and clear, join the chat. It's time to cheer. Sports and culture all in one. Catch the fire, feel the fun. Andrew, Sistad, glad unite. Philly and Y in the spotlight.